Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. So in the last one we were playing our Furia Combo deck and I think we're going to be looking at doing the same again. We had quite a fun sort of long-winded game where our opponent I don't think had come to the conclusion that they'd lost yet. So of everything we've got here, I'm actually quite happy with everything. Tipu is the one thing I'm not too sure about. I do think we're lacking a bit of sort of movement shenanigans there, but I think with the initial plan I'm going to stick with Tipu and see if we can make that work, because especially with Astra giving it into the breach and running quicker and taking something out turn one, growing Tipu, it can really get out of hand. So the list is built around the Furia combo, which is, if you don't know already, is a Furia who can basically, every turn you don't attack, you gain 3 attack for the next time you do attack. So she starts at 2, goes to 5, goes to 8, goes to 11, and it just stacks up and up and up. And then we've got Fate Twister Tantan to basically guarantee her next attack's going to hit. So for Tantan and Deadeye, similar effects try to increase that likelihood, but also both of them are incredibly useful versus Taurian Guardian, who, so we've got it in our list, but is also one of the most powerful units we've seen in a lot of games. So we're going to start this going on and basically just see how we do. We've still not been able to get the Furia combo up to the point where we can actually just one-shot a captain yet. We're going to work towards it. Again, there's no guarantee, and sometimes the right thing to do is just to take out a unit in one shot. For instance, if they play a switchback in a vulnerable position, or if they play something like a defense stone, maybe that could be something we'd want to take out. So against Nixtilios, that's always an interesting start. And I think people probably are frustrated with seeing Astra sometimes, but we're not all out on that sort of plan. Okay, I'm glad we got Maximus, because otherwise this is an extremely late game hand. Honestly, I think it's Plink and Lifeline. Plink is good in this. Lifeline helps keep us alive a little bit longer, especially with Furia. So both of those are useful, and then we can also just basically Plink their life total down bit by bit. And especially if they're using Shield of Hope and Extilior, we can remove that constantly. So, it's not always a best bet. Also, I wanted to have a look at this because I quite like the sort of the colour scheme on there with like greys, purples, blues, that sort of thing. It's quite nice. It's almost like, makes you think almost Cyberman Extilior. So interesting here that they've used Shield of Hope turn 1, because normally I would think that's not going to be something you'd want to necessarily do straight away. So let's get our range attack here. And I actually think, so we could boost morale, but if we hit Maximus it's not good. But I think that's probably what we want to do. Let's just boost morale every turn. Yeah, we didn't hit Maximus, that's good, which means you can Tipu next turn, and we can just get the Blink going. So this looks like we've moved up aggressively and they can move something onto us, but unless it's Jailbreak, which they don't have enough Cinder for, we're just going to then be hitting and running away. So it starts out early for us in that respect, but then we're going to be doing the opposite. And because we've now reduced Tipu's costs, so they've not played anything. We can hit here, nothing, boost morale again. Is it Tipu down to nothing? It's Maximus, that's fine. So we're then going to move and run away. We're going to play Maximus, also somewhere fairly safe, so I think something like this in case they've got a Vortex or something like that, and then keep on blinking. So they've now got the ability to play a big unit, which is immediately quite scary. They can play it quite near us as well. It is... oh, it's Quetzali, so they can run straight into us. But I'm not sure that's even that big of an issue. I think it depends on what abilities they've got. So Quetzali's hard to kill, but it's also important to kill. So I think here, with 4 Cinder next turn, I'm not really sure where we go from here. We've got a couple of options. I think we're still going to be using Boost Morale and seeing where we get to. And also things like moving away. So, for instance, here with the Maximus, we're going to move back here. We're going to get our range attacks in. Only one needs to hit. There we go, we've got our one. Move over here. Get our range attack here as well. We are going to boost morale. We can play something guaranteed afterwards. It is still Tipu, so Tipu only has 7 health, so we want to play Tipu back here. And then I think we just continue on this plan, blinking, because if we just keep moving away, let's bring Maximus back here. So the problem we're going to have is we need to get Defense Dome out quite quickly, so we can do so next turn, but this is going to be 7 damage to us immediately, and depending on what they play here could... to say. That is a huge amount of damage on our captain. We could actually be in a lot of trouble here if they just go for the all-out attack. So we might have to continue using Plink offensively, but it's most likely we're going to use it defensively. I'm not sure how we deal with Quetzali here, because we don't have enough damage to get there in a short space of time. Oh, interesting. So they're going for a spin here and take out Tipu instead. I'm kind of okay with that, because then we can start... I don't know. I think Quetzali is too big of an issue for us here. So I don't know if this spin quite gets Maximus. It doesn't, but then they can move and kill Maximus. Oh, Quetzali is destroying us here. Okay. So this game I think we've actually just lost. I don't know how we come back from this. I think we now need to start dealing with Quetzali instantly.
Don't worry.
So we use our range attack here. Plink here. Run over here. Yeah, we can still boost morale and play something no matter what. So we can play Furia or Defense Dome. So Furia has 8. So I think if we play Furia up here, it makes them come and deal with us. And then Defense Dome is active whatever turn we play it. I'm not convinced because they've got 5 damage there. They can play something else. They can get to our Astra. See, I've always liked Quetzali. I just think this is the first time I've seen it in a while where the only thing they're doing... Maybe that Plink was a waste. We should have been trying to take 2 damage off of X, because they're just using all their cinders to try and burn me down. But if we can stop this, we can play the kiting game. And I don't see any other way that we can do that. We just don't have enough power on the field, so we're going to need to try and find ways of getting more units out. I personally think this is probably a loss, but it's not impossible. I think going for this might have been wrong, but if we've got 7 damage on him next turn, but the other option is trying to keep Furia safe. What's here? Okay, Amplified Vital, so we're taking 6 this turn, but that doesn't put us dead next turn. They haven't got Corrosive or Orbital back yet. So we have time. That is going to be 8. So how much damage we got? We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need to get at least 3 additional damage out. So the dome's not going to do it. We're going to need to reinforce and find something pretty good here.
On guard.
Okay, that's a good one if our boost morale hits the right target. It did. That's excellent. So we're going to have to move away. Get our range attack in here. Plink here.
How about this?
Furia's going to move all the way up here. We can't heal anyone yet, unfortunately. But we can just play Taurian Guardian and make this a lot more difficult. In fact, we probably want to put Taurian Guardian at the back so that they have to move even further to attack us.
If they try,
Again, nothing has 5 or less health here, so
My pain
this is a difficult spot. If we can basically last a little longer, so for instance playing the Dome next turn, if if our Astra gets down to 5, we can use Lifeline to restore 5, which is very possible here, but yeah, so that needs to be in range. They're going to try and go in and do the... Yeah, so they're going to move in, do the double AoE. I don't know if the Baitol range is going to be enough. Yeah, so they can't do both with the buff, but they're just going to go and try and hit us. So they're guaranteed to do 3, possibly can do 6. If they do 6, we can actually just heal up for 5 and keep working towards dealing with Extilior. Yeah, if they miss here, then I think we're okay. Again, it depends on what they play. I don't know if that did anything. Defense Dome could be a really big deal. They got the miss, there we go. So, depending on what they play here, we could actually just buckle up in a corner here. Snarling, okay. Yeah, that's fine, don't care about that. So Defense Dome's good here, so...
Both ends are pointy.
So one of the things that we are going to do here is hit with this, but we need to move out of the way, so... going to go for the hit here. There you go. So they'd obviously take a bit of damage, but that's fine. We need to leave space for the defense dome, but we can just do this. And this is frustrating, but so we boost morale. We pop the defense dome. We need to keep that there, so defense dome about here. Because they've got corrosive next turn, so we need to basically counteract that. We can't heal anything except Taurian Guardian. So if they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they have got enough exactly to deal the damage here, but it's all reduced by 1, but increased by 1, so we need to blink ourselves, draw a unit, and then just heal Taurian Guardian because we can. And then in theory, Deadeye's actually good here because it can give us the Furia combo. So they can kill Furia, but that's actually what they have to do if they haven't realised it. And we've made it hard for them to move around. So this could be interesting. Okay, yes, they can probably get close to Furia. But this is going to be a hard one. Like, I think we might have actually found the line to come back here. We obviously haven't taken into account some of these damages, but we're relying on having increased chance to dodge, reducing damage by 1. You know, we're trying to do the best that we can to keep damage minimised on there. And like I said, we can't play around everything here. So, trying to find our... See, this might be an issue here, because that's moved out of range. And now Extilior probably can't get to Furia, so Furia with Deadeye is likely to win. Yeah, corrosive is fine. Furia with Deadeye is very likely to just be able to nearly one-shot Extilior next turn. And we can do that. Give it plus 40% accuracy. Yeah. Yeah, they're going for the defense dome. And they're hitting their Abyssal, but that's not the point. There we go.
Defensive field activated.
I think if they don't play anything else here, I think we've got it. We've actually got a version, not the full one, but a version of the Furia combo. So we're going to come in here and just hit. Take off that shield. We're going to move down here.
The tree gave us these.
Just poke that. I'm going to play Deadeye in range of everything that we need, so here works. I'm going to into the breach Deadeye. Deadeye's going to release Ozos on Furia. Furia's going to move over here. And 100 to 0. Not 100 to 0, but you know what I mean. 11 damage. I'm surprised we actually managed to pull that off. I thought we'd absolutely lost that game. Like the way that Extilior was just running towards us, pushing extra damage through, but we managed to have just enough time to survive. And I think sitting there and doing the maths and working out, you know, whether or not we can kill him next turn was actually the thing that gave us sort of the time we needed to move forward and find a route to win from there. So because this has worked so well, I'm not actually going to change anything yet. I'm still unsure about Tipu, but I just really like Tipu, and I think there are games when Tipu just takes over and wins the game for you, and especially in an Astralist, if you kind of don't want to play him until you know you can get some value, and that's what I'm going to try and do with that as well. And I suppose it's a similar vein to Furia, just something that increases in power over and over again. It's not quite the same, but I like it. I'm enjoying it. So let's see if we can do a similar sort of thing again. So that's a Frog Astra versus Robot Astra. I should probably look at painting some of my my captains here. So we've got SD, Taurian Guardian. I missed the first one. I think it was Beatrice. I think Vortex and Orbital seems fun together. I still love Plink and Medical Recall, but let's go for something different. Plink probably helps. But yeah, this is more fun. We can actually group things together and then blow them up. And we're probably going to try and avoid using the Vortex if we don't have to until we've got access to our Orbital Strike. Because that way it's more of a surprise.
Dad taught me to share.
So, our bridge is Beatrice, Deadeye, Taurian Guardian. So let's boost morale, see if we get one. Do. Is it Beatrice? It's Deadeye. Deadeye's still good. So, we're going to move over here. Take a pot shot. 29% might hit. No, that's fine. And then we're going to play our Deadeye probably just behind here. Actually, let's play Deadeye safe back here. Make them come out to get him. So that means next turn we're reasonably likely to be able to play. We've got 50-50 playing Beatrice, and I like Beatrice a lot at the moment, especially with something to back her up, like Torian Guardian or a Defense Dome, or even just Stitchy McPatchy. She's been really hard to deal with, I think, for the couple of units we played it. So they're going to run and hide, that's fine. Again, that's something I think is a reasonable choice. I don't see there being a route that we can get a good angle on her. No, there isn't one. So we can just play a unit, or we can just make progress, boost morale. We did get Beatrice, so we're going to play Beatrice over here. And Deadeye's just going to start running forwards as well. And there is no good option here, so I'm going to back off, go for 4 mana next turn, leave us up with Torian Guardian. And what we're trying to do is put ourselves in a position where when they play something, we can kill what they play, not necessarily just their captain. We want to be able to take out their units, not their commanders. So Beatrice is going to get kited out here, but that's fine. The point is, if they don't play anything here, they're in a bit of trouble. It looks like... How have they got 2 left already? What have they done? Oh, it's just been boosting, I suppose. Yeah, so playing over here is nearly an issue, because we can actually Vortex here. Okay, so they've got their own Beatrice. Interesting. So we are going to work on taking down Beatrice, because it doesn't make sense not to. So it only picks up 1 damage at a time, that's fine, doesn't do anything. We're going to move in here, get a range attack over there, and what we're going to do is, because we've got Torian Guardian left,
Seriously, join us.
Torian can just sit behind Beatrice, probably over here, and this kind of backs them into a bit more of a corner, because we've got the Vortex next turn, and we can just hide back here for safety. So this is a really tough situation for them to get through, but they're probably likely to have Orbital as well. So here they're going to play something, but it has to be in this area, and with Vortex and Orbital, followed up by potentially a Beatrice attack, yeah, they can get an extra damage through here. This is all fine. And they get 1 back, so whatever. The plan is for them to play another unit here, because they've been reducing things like mad, and then we can just suck it in, bombard it, potentially get a triple attack with our Beatrice. I mean, sure, just take a pot shot. Oh wow, they got the 1. Oh, that's funny. Yep, place something there, or there. All of this is fine. We're going to suck you all together and hopefully attack you in 1 big chunk. I didn't realise that this was actually going to put Astra as the nearest target rather than Beatrice. I thought Beatrice would have been closer, so I probably should have positioned that slightly differently to give us a bit more front line. Go on then, what's their plan? Because I think if they put it over here, they're just risking getting smacked by Torian Guardian.
Probably.
But again, they probably think they're far enough away.
I'm the crew's car.
Yeah, so it's Esley.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, they got Esley and Crosshair. Okay. So to me that immediately calls for a Vortex. So we just grab them all up. Get our Orbital down.
My favorite.
Get a good chunk of damage
My
in there.
Green McKee
Torian
ball.
Guardian's going to come and just kill Esley and try and block in Crosshair. Because if we manage to block in Crosshair, then that actually makes it a lot harder for them to deal with the future. So this is just a trade of 1 damage here, and then what we're doing is we're trying to spread out to make it harder and harder for them. Oh, the crit is so valuable here. So we've got a range attack from this, which isn't going to do anything.
Let me go next.
So let's reinforce.
Best in the regions.
So we can nearly do it. Let's just play Maximus. Let's go with over here. Keep him a bit safer from Crosshair.
Where am I?
Our Beatrice can move, but I don't think we want to.
Uh-oh. Something sounds imminent.
I'm okay with this. So we've spread out a bit further. They probably have a similar combo. It could be Corrosive and Orbital, so they could probably get 2 here. Or if they've got Vortex Orbital, that also works. We've tried to make it so that, yeah, it's just a little bit harder for them to hit everything. So they got 2, whereas we got 4. So I think we've definitely come out on top there. So they can absolutely go and kill Maximus. This is absolutely fine, because we've got the ability to sort of move around here and potentially take out Crosshair as well. So they've got 1 more unit in reserve. and then we've got one more on the battlefield, so this is going to be roughly equal in terms of number of units. And they are boosting morale again, yeah. However, the situation that we've ended up in is that we're going to be able to take out 1, possibly 2 units this turn, and they're not going to be able to do the same back. Go for that 59%. Yep, all fine. And then what they're going to play, if I were them, I'd play something around here to block us in from hitting crosshair, because we can potentially just run in and deal with this. Okay, Florio Lancer is a good thing to know about. Ooh, Stunning Taurian Guardian's interesting. Okay, so that's their second ability.
In a Matador minute.
Yeah, you can't do anything here. If you attack us, you die. So, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely fine. So, this is going to be the attack on this front. We've got a crit anyway. Let's see what we draw. We drew our Tipu. So, Tipu's going to be really interesting next
Not
turn.
a waste. Good ammo.
Ooh.
Adventure awaits.
We can actually still into the
We
breach.
need your expertise.
So we can move Taurian over here and just go for that big hit. Deadeye can potentially get a shot off, but you know what we should do actually? We should move this over here and just hold that back in case we need to. Get Deadeye the best shot possible. So 50% might kill it.
Focus
Nope.
next time.
That's fine. And then here we're just going to poke over at their Florio Lancer. And then we're going to move Beatrice this way. So as far as I can tell, there's a maybe they can get 2 units, but mostly they should only be able to hit 1 at a time. And then this here is not a guaranteed hit on anything. Yeah, they've got the 2. That's fine. We thought there might be an angle on 2, but that's going to spend 4 of their Cinder. And if they're doing that, there's a very good chance they don't have much of a way out for the rest of the game. So, where are they going to try and move crosshair? We wanted to block this route off, so we can just, again, we want to force them towards our units, not away from them. Especially with things like Beatrice and be able to run in here. We've got Vortex next turn, so Beatrice can actually, you know, potentially hit 2 units. This could be a miss. It's not a miss, but that's fine. So what we're probably doing here is vortexing these 2 in this direction, depending on where their Astra goes, and then double attacking with Beatrice. They could be trying. Yeah, they've gone for a bit of value there. Okay, I mean that just is an easy vortex this way, and then we can move in 2 different directions over here. I think this is everything they can do because they've got nothing in hand. One Cinder left. So we're going to pull these 2. Can we pull all of them? Not quite. So let's pull them this way. See if we can get a good angle.
Never gets old.
There you go.
Every day's full body day.
So I don't know if we can get an angle on both. We can try.
Does place have increased gravity?
What? That was in range. That was absolutely in range. Oh well. In that case, we need to try and find a way of protecting this unit. So we're going to go over here. In fact, you know what? We're not. We're going to
This is good.
boost morale. Move to about here. I'm going to play Tipu just here. In fact, let's play Tipu here. We will haste Tipu.
You looked 100 moons away.
Tipu can come here and smack Florio. And then Deadeye is actually going to come here, Ozos themselves, kill over here, and then we're going to get a range attack on Florio just in case. We can't reinforce, so that is everything we've got. Again, they can probably kill 1 unit and damage another, which means they're leaving us a Tipu alive that's getting bigger and bigger, and we are ahead on board. So they can't even damage us here, so this is a better choice for them. Yeah, that was the right thing to do. They can, if I were them, I wouldn't even be using Florio here. I'd just accept Florio was dead and start looking at moving elsewhere. So Beatrice again, she's not. See, this is a 4 Cinder. I don't know if that's worth it. You just trying to hit both, because Tipu's going to kill Florio, and Tipu's getting big. yeah, whatever happens here, this is what they need to do. Is start playing things to affect the game after Florio. So Snarling's a good choice. Give it haste and attack Tipu potentially. Oh, the miss is brutal. That might just be game. They've just lost their Florio over a very reasonable percentage miss there. So we'll start by just going with the kill onto Florio. Do you know what we'll also do? We'll put ourselves in melee range of Snarling, so Snarling can't move then attack. And so it has to move then attack, it can't just attack as it is. Could even try and trap Snarling in place. That might even be good here. So let's reinforce, see what we get. Fate Twister Tantan. Oh, that's even better. So let's boost morale, make him free. Play Fate Twister Tantan over here. Because they shouldn't have too much AoE.
The future is waiting.
Into the breach him.
Get in the game.
Season of the Hunt to make Astra miss. And we can just keep moving towards Astra. Get our range attack off here. Because then that leaves us one away next turn. Tantan can move, but we don't want him to. Excellent.
This smacks.
So, what this stops is if they have any way of so basically, next turn they've got Orbital, so what we do is we want to deal with this and then move away. That was guaranteed to miss. They're now going to probably reinforce, cheapen a unit, play another one. We're trying to do that every turn if we can. We've got Orbital and Vortex next turn though. So what we're going to do is try and hold off on doing that. Snarling can get one hit, which is again fine. Because the reason we wanted to stop Astra in case they had a way of dealing 2 damage and... well, actually I suppose it doesn't even matter because it's reduced by 1 anyway. But here, we're almost guaranteed to reinforce for free. We've got a Vortex coming next turn, we can make Astra's next attack miss or potentially something else if they stay in range, which they haven't done, but that's fine. We weren't expecting that. Reinforce. I think we might have this, but I also think we save our Orbital unless they give us a really juicy series of targets. So for instance, if here they play something around there, we can Vortex into a line, Beatrice can get a double attack, and then Vortex and deal 5 damage to both. Sure, we'll probably do that. But this is much more unlikely for us to do something along those lines. Hit Switchback. Okay, so we are going to do everything we can to kill Switchback. That will include probably Vortexing him over here. So let's just see what we do here. First we need to Tipu over here and get our big hit in. Then we get Astra's melee, Astra's range sorry, to reinforce.
Yes!
So we've got our Switchback. Okay, so we boost morale.
Last one out is discharge. Kidding.
We're coming over here. Playing Switchback in range.
Not
Into the
waste.
breaching Switchback.
Good ammo.
Activate Switchback. Get our 97% chance there. We hit both. We then move over here to keep safe, and then orbital both of these. This I think might just be the game for them. Tipu's moving over here. Tantan can't move yet. Beatrice over there, and then let's just try and pull.
Uh-oh. Something sounds imminent.
Pull this. See if we can get this to work. And get Beatrice to attack here as well. We can also Season of the Hunt there, Astra. There we go. I think this is probably a game here. We're chasing down their Astra at a rapid pace. We've got a 610 Tipu, which is the second biggest I've ever had one in a real game. They can orbital us, take a few wounds, but they don't even kill us. And they can stun one unit, can't they? So it's probably stunning Tipu, because Tipu is just going to hit them for 6 otherwise, which is utterly ridiculous. Yep. And then they need to basically reinforce and play something. So we're not, you know, guaranteed to win this by any means, but we're in a really good spot here. We've got Fate Twister Tandem to make things miss, and if we can keep that out of range of their Astra, that's perfect. We've got a Switchback as well, who can... Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, okay, they're in it. They're not out of this at all. We need to try and find a Switchback angle on there, because Tantan being dead's a big deal here. The other thing though is if we can get Switchback to have line of sight here, we're just very close to just winning the game. But that was a good play. So what have we got left? Stitchy McPatchy, Defense Dome and Furia. So Furia is going to be the one we want. So let's pull some Cinder through. We've got the Defense Dome. That still works. What we can do here is into the Breach Tipu.
You looked 100 moons away.
And get Tipu over here to get another melee attack in.
Got snacks?
Switchback can't quite get in range of their Astra, but we can still fire a few shots over here. Do we get... Okay, we do get enough damage done. There's nothing else to do here but boost morale. Honestly, I think we range attack here and actually just move back out of sight. It's going to take a lot for them to kill both of our units that matter here. The Vortex next turn makes it really hard for them to avoid us. They need to deal 6 damage. They've got 2, 3 on the battlefield. Out of these, they need to find something that deals 4 to Tipu, or they are just almost definitely dead. They also need to find a way of keeping away from Switchback as well. When Switchback's going to be speedy next turn, and then we can still give it the double attack, rapid fire. So let's see what happens. Yeah, Astra's running away. Whatever they play is the big deal here. They could have Peacemaker Ballum, would potentially save them a bit of damage. They could have Jailbreak, might do it, but we've got the Vortex, so that doesn't help us much. I'm trying to think what else they could do.
Don't get too far.
Ooh, that would be it. So, luckily we've actually got Vortex to pull that away. But otherwise, that would have been a almost guaranteed... Well, not a guaranteed, but a very likely to not do it. Don't do well enough. Oh my god, they're going to kill him. They can reinforce, they can't play anything else. But we can pull it away and get a very high chance to kill with our Switchback. So let's just make sure we get Switchback over to here. We will pull Torian Guardian as far away as possible.
Gotta try this.
Switch it up.
We'll take our
We've got a 97% chance here. Perfect. There we go. That was a good game. Again, I felt like we were in a good controlling position. They did have a few chances of racing us down. Torian Guardian feels like such a risk to play against every single time, and it's again one of my favourite units, so really excited on that front to sort of see how good one of my favourites is. And we've got our Tipu levelling up. There we go. Up to level 1, on its way to level 2. So there we are. That was our next attempt at Furia Combo. Again, we didn't draw Furia. I'm probably going to try and do some more videos with this list. I really enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And hopefully then you guys are too. And I'll try and intersperse it with a few different things so you're not just seeing the same video every single day. But I'm probably... You know, if I'm going to play it, I'll play a few games in a row and then just maybe intersperse the order in which we did the videos. But for now, I'm going to upload 2 of one, 2 of another, and see how we go from there. If you like that format, let me know. If you don't, let me know as well. And then, other than that, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the regular YouTube things, it really does make my day. Like, I get notifications on my phone for every single subscriber, comment, everything that comes up, so I really do appreciate it. And thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.